Okay, so now we are working with question number 5, which says Calvin has 12 identical rectangular tiles. He arranges the tile to fit exactly around the edge of a shaded rectangle as shown in the diagram below. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to call the length of each tile x and the width y. So I have got here 4x plus y gives me a length of 123 centimeters. On the width, I have got 2x plus y is equal to 67. So now I'm going to solve the equation. I'm going to subtract. So 4x minus 2x is 2x. Y minus y cancels out. And you get 2x is equal to 56. So x will be 56 divided by 2, 28. Now we're going to put that value in this other equation, 2x plus y. So I do 2 times 28 plus y is equal to 67. Or 56 plus y is 67. Y will be 67 minus 56. Y is equal to 11. So I have got the length and the width of the rectangle that's surrounding this shaded part. So if I take one of these rectangles now, I know that the length is 28 centimeters and the width is 11. Now you can see in this part, if I look at the inner part, this length, this particular length from here to here is 28 centimeter. All right, that's fine. That is 28 centimeters. The remaining part is 28 minus 11 because this part is 11 centimeters. So the remaining part will be 28 minus 11, which is 17 centimeters. Okay, the same thing happens here, like on the length side, that each length is 28 centimeters, but the last part is going to be 28 minus 11 because this extended bit is 11, so it is going to be 17 centimeters. So we are going to look at the length of the shaded rectangle. For the shaded rectangle, okay, length is going to be 1, 2, 3, 3 multiplied by 28 plus 17. Okay, 3 times 28 plus 17. Let me write it clearly. So I have got the length as 3 times 28 add 17. And for the width, it's going to be 28 plus 17. So 3 times 28 is 84 plus 17 is 101, and 28 plus 17 will give you 45. So we need to work out the area of the shaded rectangle. That is going to be 101 multiplied by 45, 4,545 centimeter squared, and that is the area of this shaded rectangle. Question number 6. Find the highest common factor of 96 and 120. So first I'm going to draw a table. I'm going to write 96, 120, and let's see what number goes into both of them. I can divide both of them by 2. So you will get 48 and 60. I can divide them by 2 again. So you get 24 and 30. I can divide them by 2 again. You get 6 and 15. Sorry, you get 12 and 15. 12 and 15. Then I can divide them by 3. So you get 4 and 5. Now at this stage, I cannot divide 4 and 5 by any other number apart from 1, right? If I want to get a whole number. So my highest common factor is going to be these numbers multiplied together. So the HCF is going to be 2 times 2 times 2 times 3, which is 24. So 24 is the highest common factor of 96 and 120. The next question is saying find the lowest common multiple of A, B and C. Now, when they are given in powers, first pick the common ones, right? Pick the common ones, common factors. But you have to pick the common factors and take their highest power. So let's see what's common in all three of them. 2 is common in 2 of them, 5 is common in 2 of them, 7, no, none. Nothing is common in all three of them. Fine, we're going to pick only the common ones between them. So the common ones between A and B is 2 multiplied by 7 times 11, and 5 is common in A and C, so times it by 5, and 3 is not common in any one of them, so you have to multiply the 3. Now what you need to do is you need to pick the highest powers of all these common factors. So between 2 to the power of 3, 2 to the power of 4, 4 is highest. 5 and 5 squared, 5 squared is the highest. 7 squared and 7 squared is the highest. From 11, both of them have got a power of 1, so leave it as 11 and 3. And these numbers multiplied together will give you your lowest common multiple. So let's check that. I'll get 2 to the power of 4 multiplied by 7 squared multiplied by 11 multiplied by 5 squared multiplied by 3, and which will give me 646,800. So your answer is going to be 646,800. Question number 7. Jenny invests 8,500 for 3 years in a savings account. Yeah, Jenny invests 8,500 for 3 years in a savings account. She gets 2.3% per year compound interest. How much money will she have in her savings account at the end of 3 years? It's a straightforward compound interest question. So first we need to work out the multiplier. 100 plus 2.3% is equal to 102.3% because it's a compound interest. The amount is increasing. If you convert it as a decimal, you will get 1.023 because a percent means out of 100. So you get 1.023. The next thing you do is you're going to find out how much you will have in her savings account at the end of 3 years. So initial investment was $8,500 multiplied by the multiplier 1 0.023, and the number of years is 3 years. So to the power of 3. So let's see how much we get. 9100.09. Now it says give your answer correct to the nearest dollar. So it's going to be $9,100. This question has a second part which says Rami bought a house on 1st of January 2015. In 2015, the house increased in value by 15%. In 2016, the house decreased in value by 8%. So 15% increase will give you 100% plus 15%, which is 115%, as a decimal 1.15. In 2016, the house decreased in value by 8%. So the multiplier is going to be 100% minus 8% is equal to 92%, which is 0.92. On January 1st, 2017, the value of the house was $687,700. What was the value of the house on 1st of January 2015? So we're looking for the old value. Now, what is the overall change in these 2 years? To find that out, what I have to do is I need to do 1.15 multiplied by 0.92. That will give me the overall change. So 1.15 multiplied by 0.92 is equal to 1.058. 1.058. That is the total change. So if the 2015, whatever the value of the house was, in 2017, the value has become 687,700. The overall change in these 2 years was 1.058. Right? So if I want to find out the value which was in 2015, I am doing a reverse calculation. So instead of multiplying by 1.058, I'm going to divide by 1.058. So my answer is going to be 687,700 divided by 1.058. So 687,700 divided by 1.058, which will give you 650,000. So the value of the house was $650,000 on January 2015. Here, many students make the mistake. What they do is they do 15% and then they say 88%. So they do 15 minus 8, 7%. But that is not true, because after 15% increase, right, on that 15% increase value, the value goes down by 8%. The total amount has changed now. So it has to be, you have to calculate the two multipliers separately and find out the overall change in those 2 years. It's also known as repeated percentage change. Okay, now we move to question number 8. A block of wood has a mass of 3.5 kilograms. The wood has a density of 0.65 kilograms per meter cubed. Work out the volume of the block of wood. So if we look at our mass, volume and density triangle, we know that mass divided by volume is density. Okay, so here they've given us the mass, they've given us the density. We are looking for the volume. So we are looking for the volume. If I'm looking for the volume, I need to divide mass by density. So I'm going to do 3.5 kilograms divided by 0.65 kilograms per meter cubed, which will give me 5.38. Correct to three significant figures, right? So the answer is going to be 5.38 meter cubed. Question number 9. Change speed of 630 kilometers per hour to a speed in meters per second. So I've got 630 kilometers over 1 hour. I need to convert it into meters over second. Now 630 kilometers is 630 multiplied by 1000 meters, right? Because 1 kilometer is 1000 meter, and 1 hour is 1 times 3600 seconds. Now don't confuse this with equivalent fraction where you have to multiply the numerator and denominator by the same number. What we are doing here is we are converting the units into smaller chunks, smaller units. So kilometers, we are converting them into meters, and hours, we are converting them into seconds. So let's see what answer we get. 630 and I will get 175 meters per second. So your answer is 175. An easier way to do it is, 1 kilometer per hour is 1000 meter over 3600 seconds, because 1 hour is 3600 seconds. If you simplify the fraction, you will get 5 out of 18. So if you do 630 times 5 out of 18, you will also get 175 meters per second straight away. So this is a shortcut method of remembering how to convert kilometers per hour into meters per second, right? Okay, question number 9. Solve the simultaneous equations. Show clear algebraic working. So you've got 4x plus 5y is equal to 4, 2x minus y is equal to 9. Here we can convert the minus y into 5y, or we can convert the 2x into 4x. So I'm going to make the y's the same. So I'm going to call that equation number 1, and that's equation number 2, and I'm going to multiply equation number 2 by 5. So I have got 4x plus 5y is equal to 4. That's my first equation. My second equation is going to be 10x minus 5y is equal to 45. Then I'm going to add these two equations. So I will get 14x is equal to 49. 5y and 5y will cancel out. X will be 49 over 14, which is going to be 3.5, right? 49 divided by 14 will give you 3.5. So we have got one value of the value of the unknowns. X is 3.5. Now I'm going to substitute x is equal to 3.5 in equation number 1 or equation number 2, whichever you want. It's still going to work. So I'm going to do 4 times 3.5 plus 5y is equal to 4. 4 times 3.5 is going to give you 14 plus 5y is equal to 4. Subtract 14 from both sides. So 5y is equal to negative 10 divided by 5 on both sides. Y is going to be negative 2. So your final answer for this simultaneous equation is going to be x is equal to 3.5 and y is equal to negative 2. Okay, question number 10. The line L is drawn on the grid. Find an equation for the line L. So we know that equation of a straight line is y is equal to mx plus c, where m is the gradient and c is the y-intercept. So first, let's see if I can find out the c. Yes, c is clearly given to me. C is the y-intercept, which is 0, 1. So in this case, c is going to be 1. So I have found out y is equal to mx plus 1. Now I need to find out the gradient of the line. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick another point on the line. Let's pick this one. The coordinates of the point are 2, 4, and this point's 0, 1. So m, or the gradient, is y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. Now y2 and x2 and x1 and y1 are basically these two coordinates, x1, y1, x2, y2. So I'm getting 4 minus 1 over 2 minus 0, which is 3 over 2, 1.5. So the gradient of the line is 1.5. So I can now write y is equal to 1.5x plus 1. You can even write it as a y is equal to 3 over 2x plus 1. Both the answers are acceptable. So that's the end of the second segment, where I have done the up to question number 10. In our third segment, we'll start from 11 to question number 15.